Hello, this is Chicken Noodle, and your video game news. Now, the most recent game that is probably the most original game that any creator has ever made, or, that you have heard of. Even if you haven't heard of, it's still the most original game you've heard of. Yeah, I just went there. But to get inside information on this, we go to our video game specialist, Lman. Why, hello, and welcome to Lman's Reviews. Now, today's review is on Scribblenauts. Scribblenauts? That's probably what you're thinking at home. Scribblenauts is a game that uses your imagination and your stylus. Your stylus. I can't repeat it. Your imagination and your stylus. You know this thing? Yeah, that's your stylus. Anyway, so, Scribblenauts. So, that's little Maxwell, and you're playing as him to solve every puzzle, everything that's thrown at him, or you, since you're playing as Maxwell. But you have to use your imagination, as in, let me give you an example. Let's say that your goal is to get a star right. Yes, in the stars, the star right. I just have to dream of it, it's pretty fun. Anyway, now, this is a game that's based after getting the star right. Now, Maxwell will do anything to get the star right with your imagination. So let's say the star right is on another, let's say, floor above you or something like that, where you can't jump up to get it, or even the ladder is too small to get it, which, yes, you can use. Well then, maybe you should consider using, let's say, just pops in your brain, jetpack. No, they're probably not going to have it. Yes, they do. I can even prove it to you once we get to that. Well, here. Now, the front page is basically like this, and what's cool about it is you could actually play. So, you don't believe me that there's a jetpack? Now, you click on that pencil, and it'll bring you up to a menu like this. Anyway, so you can either type it in like this, or click the ABC down there in the corner next to the X, and you can write it. I approve mostly of this one, because when you write, sometimes it doesn't pick up as well. Anyway, so I'm going to type in jetpack. Jet space PACK. Jetpack. Now, click the check, and let's see. Whoa. You see that thing next to him? Yeah. I mean, the artwork is kind of cartoony. It may look like a big lipstick, but that is a jetpack. I could even prove it to you by flying. Okay, so you just drag it over to Max, and when it turns blue, you let go. See, it's on him now. Let's just fly up. Let's just click here. See that? What? Jetpack. Okay, so let's get to explaining the different stuff. So, just press the start, the big, star at the bottom. You click that, and go to your file if you're new. You click on the file that says new, and you can write your name, whatever. But, since I already have a file now. Basically, when you really want to get into the game, there's the challenge, which is the thing right there. So, okay, so you click on that, and you will start off, of course, here in the academy. You see the one with the 0. That just teaches you all the basics. Then you go to 1. Now, you make hours, which is the money, and you can choose it in the hour store, which is songs and avatars. But I spend my hours on the levels so I can get farther. So let's click 1. Click the trees. Now, there's 2 different types. There's a puzzle, which I'm going to show you now, and then there's an action. So let's click on the first one. Okay, so this is a puzzle. So let's see. So let's click OK. Okay, now you probably can't read it, so it says, give 2 of them what they would want in their hands. Now, there's a chef, a police, a fireman, and a doctor. Well, I mean, the doctor probably has to get to a patient, so why don't we give the doctor something? What would a doctor use? A tongue depressor, whatever. So I'll write tongue depressor. Oh, wait, I don't know how to spell that. Sorry about that. I'm not, the best. Okay, so then I'll just write stethoscope. Now, don't worry if you're not the best at spelling, because yet it will show you, you know, a list of things. Okay? So don't worry about that. Okay? You know what? Why not give her a thermometer? She's probably going to use that more. Okay. So there's a thermometer up there in the air. And let's give it to the doctor in the corner. So she has her thermometer. Why don't we use the chef? You probably need a kitchen knife. No, not the knife that you stab people with. Now, when you type in knife, it'll give you knife in parentheses weapon and then knife kitchen. Well, for this case, you want the kitchen. In certain cases, yes, you can use. Now, there's the star right up there. See that little star? And it's right there, and he gets it. Star found. And you get paid up there. You see on the top screen, and I got 502 too. And you get merits also. Okay. Merits are like the rewards that they give you. And now we go to a action level. An action, it's unlike the puzzle where the puzzle you have to solve things. An action is just you have to get the star right. You know, that's your only goal. Okay. So let's go to the action. Now, the way you get to the action is when you're in the puzzle, or whatever you start out, there'll be a little thing in the bottom. There'll be a back arrow, that's just going back. Then there'll be something with like kind of a blow-up symbol, like psh, that's what you click. Okay, so level start. Now, what happened? Now there's a star right stuck in a tree, so you just have to get it down. So why don't we give Max a chainsaw? You know, that should work. Chainsaw. God. Chainsaw. There we go. Now, usually things, start up that's fine, but, okay, so that's chainsaw. You know what? Why should Max have to dirty his hands? Why don't we order a lumberjack? So why don't we type in lumberjack? Lumberjack. And the lumberjack is also floating. Okay, so let's bring him back down. Just drag him. And same thing with items. Now, since there's right there, I'm just going to drag it to him. And once it turns blue, okay, and he will automatically cut it down for you. And there's the star. Now, to get the star, you just click on it. So let's click. Okay. It's that simple. And I got dollars and a star. Let's see if I got any merits. Okay, unfortunately, no merits. And that is Scribblenauts for you. You. And let's get right back to you, chicken noodle. Hey, yeah, my hair sort of, got messed up, but whatever. Now, the next story is